Hello everyone, this is Charles Walhingford back again with another cigar pairing, and I have a great pairing for you today. We have some bourbon, not Kentucky straight bourbon, but bourbon. There are laws actually designed to ensure the purity of bourbon, but if it's not from Kentucky, and this one's not from Kentucky, actually, this is actually from, not too far from me, Washington, D.C. That's right. This is Joseph A. Magnus. Joseph A. Magnus straight bourbon. Not straight Kentucky bourbon, but straight bourbon. It's a rich, strong, full flavored distilled spirit. And what I have it paired with today is Liga Privada No.9. The Liga Privada No.9, I know, is a perfect friend and companion to this distilled aged spirit. I'll get back to you once we get deeper in the first third. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're back in the first third. This cigar is, I'll tell you right now, this is an outstanding cigar. If you have the chance, pick this up. Now, first thing I want to explain to you about both of these products, I try to put two products together that I think would taste good together, that they mesh well together, and it's a nice combination. Also, I have a theme. I always have some sort of a theme. This theme is two expensive items. This Liga Privada is at least $13. This stick cost me $16. So this is not a cheap cigar. Not the most expensive cigar you're gonna have it around, but definitely not cheap at all. And to go along with this Joseph A. Magnus, take another drink here. This Joseph A. Magnus is not cheap either. At $92, is not one of those bargain brands. And I'll get back to that. Let me talk about this cigar. First of all, this is a Drew Estate product. Drew Estate puts some great cigars together. If you have the chance to pick up a Drew Estate cigar, you won't be let down. I've had quite a few good Drew Estate cigars, and this is one of them. What are the flavors coming out? You can have one of my favorites, that dark, earthy, cocoa, dark chocolate flavor coming through, and it's smooth, it's creamy in a sense. Only thing though, I want to point this out, it's an extremely smoky cigar. Now, for many of you, you want that smoke bellowing out, but actually that smoke can really get to you. If the wind blows in the wrong direction, it's gonna go all in your face, down your into your lungs, and you might be coughing, like I did in between the takes. Just make sure you take your time with it. Don't have too much smoke. A lot of times, I'm going to confess to you, I take sometimes too large of a draw, too deep of a pull. Try to make sure your pulls are somewhat governed when you're smoking these cigars. Like I said, sometimes I go a little bit too far, especially when the cigar is really good, and this is a real good one. Now let me tell you about this Joseph A. Magnus. This is a special bourbon, and I want to highlight this. It's not enough press about this yet. This is a double gold winner, so this is not some fly-by-night. They hope this is going to be a good blend and recipe. I should say recipe more so than blend. A good recipe. This is an awesome recipe. Let me tell you what goes into making this type of bourbon. First of all, it's triple cask finish. Usually, whenever you have a bourbon, it has to be in that oak, that new oak cask. That is there too, and then it's also finished in two other casks, in a I say this wrong all the time. Oloroso sherry cask, and then it's finished in a cognac cask. So that gives it its extremely distinct flavor. So what are you here for? You're here to find out if this is a good pairing or not. Right now, this is a good pairing. This most likely will be a perfect pairing. We'll see how it really shapes up once we're in the second third. But right now, it looks like a perfect pairing. I'll get back to you and we'll talk more about the cigar, this aged distilled spirit, and how they mesh together. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're in the second third. And one thing you should know, this is a full body cigar. This is not a rookie cigar by any means. Being in the second third, I'm not experiencing too much of a transition. It's consistent, and that's still a great thing. A consistent cigar is great, and it's nothing wrong. And this is not about the transition per se. It's about the pairing. Before I talk about this pairing, which is a great pairing, maybe a perfect pairing, I want to talk about the Joseph A. Magnus. The Joseph A. Magnus it was brought to my attention by one of the other YouTubers that I like to watch. I like to watch Whiskey Bitch. I like to watch Pure Maduro, dealing with cigars. Whiskey Bitch dealing with whiskey. And I have another gentleman that I like to watch. His name on YouTube is Liquor Hound. Liquor Hound brought this distilled spirit to my attention, and part of his review, he explained where it was from. Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is right around the corner from me. And when I learned this, I hurried and drove down to the distillery. At the distillery, sample their different liquors. They have gins, vodka, and of course bourbons. Excuse me, not cognacs, bourbons. And they do a fine job of giving you a preview and a background on what they do. And then on top of that, they have their own little bar there. And their bar has original cocktails they have designed to go perfectly with their whiskey. If you're in the Washington, D.C. area, check out Joseph A. Magnus Distillery. Now let's talk about the pairing. This is a perfect pairing, so let's go to the score. My score for this is a 93. Now a 93, you might be thinking, wow, if these two products are great, why is it such a low score? It's not a low score, that's a very high score. But if I don't have a brand new flavor that's being brought out, I can't give it a 95 and above. That's what 95 is for. It's for brand new flavors. What I have here is amplification of flavors. It's still a perfect pairing, but the amplification of the two flavors is what's coming out mostly. So I'm getting a stronger flavor from the cigar, a stronger flavor from the distilled spirit, the aged distilled spirit, and it's a great experience. And when you have a great experience with something so expensive, with this $16 stick and a $92 bottle of bourbon, isn't it great that they taste better? Yes, they're tasting better because they're together, and that's what gives you a perfect pairing, but doesn't give you a 95 and above. If this is your first time watching me, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, make sure you share, and don't forget to click the like button. I'm Charles Walhingford, and here's the saying: Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.